This is the Investor Mindset Podcast, and I'm Steven Pesavento. And for as long as I can remember, I've been obsessed with understanding how we can think better, how we can be better, and how we can do better. And each episode, we explore lessons on motivation and mindset from the most successful real estate investors and entrepreneurs in the nation. Mindsetters, another killer episode right here, right now, coming at you. But before we jump into it, I want to tell you guys about this Mindset Mastermind group coaching program that we're putting together for a very small group of like-minded real estate investors who are ready to take their business and their personal lives to the next level. It's going to be led by myself and an amazing personal development coach, Trevor McGregor, who is a former Tony Robbins master coach with over 25,000 hours of experience. And he's going to be helping us really, truly unlock clarity in our lives, how we can get really deep down to that purpose that's going to drive us, and how we can get that clarity in our business and our personal life and really have an action plan that we can work from. And you are going to be creating that. And we're going to be in a phenomenal online community with just a few folks who are really going to be able to work together to hold each other accountable and really push ourselves to making sure that we're doing the things that we said we're going to do, that we're doing the things that we know we need to do to live by the investor mindset. And we all know that we are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And so if you're ready to step up who you surround yourself with and join an incredible online community of highly motivated investors, I really encourage you guys to take some action today and head over to theinvestormindset.com/action and share a little bit about yourself. We're only going to be selecting a few folks to be joining us. We're going to cap the group so it's small and we can really have some good connections. And I'd love to see you there. So please make sure you head over to theinvestormindset.com/action. Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on and why you'd be a great fit. And I'd love to see you there. And again, if you love this episode and you take something away from it, I really encourage you to share it with a friend. Because if it made an impact in your day, or you even took one little nugget away from it, think about who else might be able to be impacted by it as well. So I appreciate all of you guys listening, and let's hop into this episode. Welcome back to another amazing show. Excited about this topic, the power of beliefs. And if anybody's been following me for any amount of time, you know this is one that's near and dear to my heart. It's one that has completely changed my life as I started to really understand what a belief was, where these beliefs are coming from, and really the beliefs that I have and that I'm holding on to and that so many other people around me are holding on to, and how we can change those or upgrade those beliefs so that they're really, really powerful and they're really working for us and really pulling us in the right direction. So Webster defines a belief as something that is accepted, considered true, or held as an opinion. It's something that's believed, right? We all have these. Beliefs are really what's going on in our mind and how we're thinking about something at any given time. It's a feeling of certainty about what something means. Are we adventurous, or do we want to kind of hold back? Below the surface on whatever that answer was for you is a belief that you hold on which one is going to be the best, which one is going to keep you safe, which one is going to be interesting, entertaining, fun, which one is going to cause you pain, or which one's going to cause you pleasure. And what they end up doing is they create a map that guides us towards our goals, and they give us the power to take action. It's either going to be something that's going to hold us back, it's going to hold us in our current state where we are today, or it's something that's going to drive us forward into where we want to be tomorrow and making that future our present reality. And so let's think about this. Where do beliefs come from, and why are they important? We know that they're driving us, but where do they come from? And typically, it's a generalization about a past experience. It's something that happened in our life at some point along the way. A lot of these beliefs are really coming from when we're really young kids. Between 5 to 9, most of our subconscious mind is being developed during that time. And we're learning these from our parents, from our loved ones, from our family, and from experiences that we're having that are telling us whether something is safe or exciting or fun. Really what it comes down to is whether something's going to make us feel good or something's going to make us feel bad. And I always call that pain or pleasure for simplicity's sake, especially when I'm talking with salespeople, because it's really easy for us to wrap our heads around. But the truth is 95% of our actions come from our subconscious mind, which means only 5% is conscious. Only 5% is something that's at the front of your brain when you're thinking about something, when it's right there on the tip of your tongue. Conscious mind. The programs that are below that are really driving us, that are telling us, hey, it's time to go to sleep. It's time for this to happen or this to happen. It's those triggers that direct us towards acting the same way. And so I'm going to give you a couple examples here, right? So if I have a belief that real estate investing is super risky and that it's dangerous and that anybody who invests in real estate is going to be somebody who's extremely risky type of person, and they're probably going to end up losing their money. What that's going to do, that holding that belief is probably going to make me either have a lot of fear and anxiety about investing if I'm doing it. But most likely, if that's a really, really strong belief, it's actually going to hold me back. We have similar beliefs about money, whether money comes to us in abundance, whether it's something that's out there, whether $100,000 is a lot of money or a little bit of money. Those are beliefs. And when we're first starting in investing, and if we don't come from a extremely wealthy background, that whole idea of whether or not making $20,000 on a wholesale deal is a lot of money or not, it all comes down to a belief. It comes to that point of whether where you think it's possible to actually happen, or whether it's something that is more of just a dream, whether it's something that's nice to have versus something that's in reality. And so I want you guys to ask yourself, what is a goal that you have always wanted to achieve, but you haven't? What is a goal that you've always wanted to achieve, but haven't? So ask yourself, why haven't you? And whatever that reason is, there's a limiting belief there. The first step in replacing an old and disempowering belief with a new one, an empowering one that's going to actually drive you forward, is to understand where those beliefs come from and how they're actually being formed, and where within our body and our mind and how that's really driving us. So if we're going to start making some change, we first need to recognize. We first need to become self-aware, understand what beliefs do we hold, and start just being able to see, oh, hey, that's a belief. Oh, that's something that is empowering me, or maybe that's something that's disempowering me. So now that you've heard about this, and I'm sure that you've heard about this before, but I want you guys to start seeing this play out in your actual life. After this is finished, I want you to start thinking to yourself, when you're in conversations and you have a feeling or a thought, I want you to really key in on that. Okay, well, what's making me feel that way? What is it that I think or I believe? What is the story that I'm telling to myself about this situation? And what that's going to do is it's going to help you become conscious of what's happening in your subconscious mind, right? So changing the subconscious is a more difficult part than just realizing, but it's the first step towards opening that door to being able to change what's going on in the subconscious mind. And then second, what I'm going to want you to do is I'm going to want you to document what those beliefs are. Understand which ones maybe aren't serving you well, or what could be holding you back. So when you ask yourself that question, what's a goal that you really want to achieve, but one that you haven't, an example might be, well, I would like to make $1 million a year in net cash flow. Okay, well, why haven't I done that? Well, let's see. I don't hold assets that are generating $1 million. Maybe I believe that holding assets at this time of the market is a really risky thing to do. Maybe I believe that I missed my opportunity. Maybe I believe that I'm not worthy of doing that. Maybe I believe I don't have the ability or the experience to be able to generate that kind of income. Maybe I believe that if I'm going to have that kind of money, that's going to mean that I'm one of these kind of people. And maybe I have a belief about being one of those kind of people. And so as you can see, as I'm going through this hypothetical example, there's a lot of beliefs that are probably layered within there. And what I can tell you for sure, on that one in particular, fear is a big driver, but it's fear of what? So we want to understand what that is that's holding us back. So then we can start making that change. And I can't get into all the details about how we're going to change that belief right here. We don't have enough time. But from a high level, what we're going to do is we're going to understand what that old belief is. We're going to get some leverage on ourselves. We're going to get some reasons, emotional reasons, that it's going to be great when we change it, and emotional reasons why it's going to be awful if we keep it. And we're going to get that leverage to get rid of that old belief, and then we're going to immediately install a new one, and we're going to do that over and over, because the way that beliefs end up getting programmed into our mind is we have a situation or a scenario, something that happens to us that is dramatic, and maybe it's small, but that little small action we end up looking for it in our life. And think about, if we've been doing this for 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years, there's been a lot of situations that have given us the evidence that, oh, well, that belief is true. And so if you have a belief that driving a car is dangerous, and that you really need to watch out for everyone else, and you have to be super cautious, and you have some anxiety around that, what I would bet is that somewhere along the line, there was an experience that scared the crap out of you. And in that moment, you decided that that belief was true. And if it's strong enough, it can happen just like that, just in 1 millisecond. And it can be strong enough to completely change everything that you believe, or it can be something that's really small that kind of just edges up over and over again. And what I call the Slug-Bug effect happens is that when you're playing the game Slug-Bug, and I don't know if everyone else grew up with this game, but it's when you see a Volkswagen Beetle and you slug your brother or your sister in the shoulder, or they do it back. And so when you're playing that game, you're looking every single direction. Where could one of these be? When you're driving the car, you're always keeping your eye out. Or if you just bought a new car, how you start noticing that everyone else in the neighborhood seems to drive the same car as you. It's because now you're focused on it, and so you're looking for it, and therefore it manifests and it confirms that that's true. Well, that happens with your beliefs as well, especially beliefs about money. If you don't believe that something's going to work out, you start looking for all the ways that it's not going to work out. It starts to not work out. You essentially manifest that from happening, and you prevent yourself from being able to be really where you deserve to be and where you want to be. And so you want to start installing some new, more empowering beliefs, things that are going to drive you forward. And, we talked a little bit about purpose in an earlier discussion, and we dove into why that's important. And to be truthful, within that discussion, within your purpose is some beliefs about why that stuff's important. And so if we can take that purpose that we have, use it as a driver, start really visualizing strongly about all the great things that are going to happen, and start changing the beliefs that are holding us back, sky's the limit. And this stuff doesn't just play into your business, people. It plays into your relationships. And that's what I've seen in my life, is that as I start changing these stories, I start opening up new possibilities. And if you're ever at a point, whether it's in your business or in your personal life, where things seem to keep happening the same way every time, it's a pattern that's happening, and it's because you yourself have not changed or grown out of that pattern, and you are essentially recreating it over and over and over again. And the only way to make that change happen is to change your beliefs. This is the core of everything. And I wish I could get more in depth about this, but I hope that you guys were able to take some good things away from this, and just remember, start being conscious about those subconscious thoughts that you're having, about those beliefs and how they're driving you in a direction. When you're in a meeting, when you're talking with your spouse, when you're thinking about your goals, when you're getting up in the morning and you're deciding what you're going to do, and for some reason, all of a sudden you don't feel compelled to do it, what's going on there? What is below the surface that's likely holding you back? Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I know I enjoy putting these pieces together. And if you guys took some stuff away from that, I want to hear some feedback from you. So please send it on over. Let me know what you think. And if you're at a point in your life or in your investing career where you think to yourself, I want to be surrounded by some other people that I am in need of changing these beliefs, I'm in need of understanding my purpose, and I'm in need of figuring out how I can get that clarity in my business so I can have the focus and the consistency of income that I'm really after, then I really encourage you guys to head to theinvestormindset.com/action and enter your information. Share a little bit about yourself for the Mindset Mastermind group coaching program that we're going to be launching with Trevor McGregor, who is it's going to be led by a former Tony Robbins master coach who's got over 25,000 hours of experience. And fortunately, because of our relationship, he's decided to jump in and join us. He wants to really make an impact in a small group, and we're going to cap the number of people that are in it so we can really have some good connection, good relationship. And we're going to be learning about how we can really truly unlock the clarity in our lives and our business and build the action plans so that when we wake up every morning, we know exactly what we're going to do. And most importantly, how we can identify and redefine the limiting beliefs that are holding us back. There's much more that we're going to be covering, and it's a true mastermind. So we're going to be holding each other accountable, working together with other high-level investors on a series of calls, and really diving deep into this stuff and taking the investor mindset and making it true within our lives every single day. So I really hope you guys will head to theinvestormindset.com/action and join us, because it's going to be killer, and there's only a few spots available. And I'm excited to hang out with some really great people and just take the investor mindset to the next level. So look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. And like I said, if you loved what you're hearing here, make sure you go drop us a 5-star review on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts, and share this with a friend. If this is valuable, if you think this is valuable, somebody else is going to get value from it. And I really want to make an impact in people's lives, because this little project is my passion. It's something that I know made a big difference for me, and I want to make a big difference for you. So if you guys enjoyed it, I hope you'll share and let me know.
Thank you for listening to the Investor Mindset Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Head over to theinvestormindset.com to join the Insider Club, where we share tools and strategies from the top investors and entrepreneurs on how to take it to the next level.